Alrighty, I'm gonna do one more video before I wrap up tonight. It's the second one. I hope it's in the right angle. Fuck hoping. Make sure it's alright. That should be good. Looks like the light is right on me. Spotlight. Alright. Yeah. Alright. So this is gonna be about driving out internal demons. You got a lot of them, and they reside in the subconscious. They reside in the deepest facets of your fucking retardation. So what is retardation? Let's talk about retardation, right? Retardation is when you can't think for God, alright? Because God wants you to think for Him. God don't want you to just follow. Because God don't like God. One thing God don't like is dogs. Alright, God don't like no fucking obedient dog, and God definitely don't like no fucking sheep that just follow alongside with the goats. So you can like all animals, you can see all animals within yourself, and that's fine. You could be the whole fucking jungle, because this is what it is. But at the end of the day, you gotta come back to a root standing point that you ain't no fucking animal. And if you want to reside in no animalistic nature, yeah, you're gonna find plentiful amounts of separation. You're gonna find lots of stigma. You're gonna find resistance. You're gonna find hell you create for yourself. You're gonna find lots of things not working in your favor. And no matter how hard you try and what you do to dismay someone who's following God's ordinances, yo demonic principalities that you somehow decided that was the actual principalities of what is real, you was fucking lost. And Archangel Raphael, let me do my introduction, bitch. Archangel Raphael here, aka Jesus Christ in and out the body, as well as other deities like Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, Shiva, Abraham's bosom, and etc. So in this video, I'm here to carry out, as usual, God's purity, even God's sanity, because I follow the five: God's essence, God's authority, God's will. Alright, so creation doesn't revolve around what you think. Creation revolves around what is. Your mind and the power to have the intellect creates, but the creation doesn't just dwell in darkness. The creation doesn't just dwell in the light. The creation in human form, you got a thin line humans gotta walk, which is the line of duality. So this thin line that humans gotta walk, this line of duality, if humans don't figure it out sooner or later, which astrologically speaking, everything's ascending in the way it's supposed to. So we're never going to go back to the way shit was just like 10 years ago, or just 5 years ago, or just 4 years ago. It's always continuing on, and pretty much all of us archangels got it mapped out and what's unveiling. So we're at a point now, and this ain't no standpoint, but everybody's getting into the waters and figuring out how to feel intuitively the infinite fucking wisdom and knowledge that comes from everywhere. So this is what it means to be a demon. Let's talk about this. Being a daemon, a demon has various lights and various degrees to express oneself in. But when a demon doesn't acknowledge these lights for what they are, and decides that these lights are something more, something else than what they actually are coming to you as, you begin to dismay. And dismay is like dissing May. Think about Mayflower. Think about fucking Peter Parker's aunt. The loving, kind, gentle, nurturing aunt that decided that Peter had these gifts and needed to fucking blossom into the hero that he was. You can't do one or the other. You can't just pick that this is who you're going to be and this is what you're going to do. Because if you do that, you're going to get every curse that comes with that. If you do this, you're going to get every blockage that comes with not understanding what's coming and what you're actually receiving. Because demons love to drown. Demons love to go so far into lostness, basically, into darkness, which they perceive as lights. So this is the infinite, what Uriel, shout out to you, called regress. Shout out to Michael, which would protect the boundaries of which what I'm here to express. Shout out to Gabriel, which makes sure that there is ability for me to climb up and down the ladder, so I can keep demons in hell, because they need to be. Okay, let's get this straight. God's not going to come down with his right hand and make shit happen. God sent me to here to make shit happen. So I'm going to make sure I carry out everything I need to carry out. And I'm not going to express anything more than what I need to, because I'm going to make sure that I'm going to follow through and create and act as I deem just and fit. And most importantly, let's talk about lights. What is a light? How do you get lost in a light? How can you perceive a light as a darkness and get delved into something that what it isn't actually is? Okay, first before I can elaborate on that, I need to talk about how you can actually receive, because you need to receive. You need to have the Pisces energy in the right place, because this planet already died, as Uriel has claimed. So this death we're coming up in, it needs an outlet to properly. It already got to Pisces and is coming back up. Went through Aquarius, went Capricorn, going into Sagittarius, really into Scorpio. So it's all here in front of us to lay it firmly, to show for what it is. You're not gonna find essentiality if you can't receive. What is essence? How do you perceive essence? So essence, the feeling, the intuitive foundation in which all life springs forth from. Humans decided they needed to create this life. Humans decided they needed to create life rather than receive life properly. They decided they needed to offspring and create their own elaborate functions of what life is, heading into all sorts of violence, purgatory, hellish formations, and demons will never, ever come into the throne or the seat of God, because demons need to be in hell, and I'm going to make sure they do. Anyways, focus on that. Focus on receiving. Focus on receiving truth. Focus on receiving true light, and focus on dwelling in your internal darkness of what you feel intuitively is right and just within you. And that's the only way you're going to be able to walk the duality in the middle way that humans need to walk. There's no other way, there's no other path. You're fucked if you don't. Okay, anyways, peace, love, and enlightenment. Until again, ending tonight. Fuck all.